Awesome. Hello, everyone. So I'm Gaia. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Byzantine Finance. And I would love to ask you guys a question here. How many people here are staking on multiple protocols at the same time, by raise of hands? Ooh, I actually expected 0. But let me explain you why. So in staking, when the TVL increases in the most famous protocols, the APR is maintained, right? Because the beacon chain will simply emit more interest. And therefore, the APR is maintained over time. But in restaking, this is not the case. Because in restaking, the AVS's budgets are fixed. This means that when the TVL increases in the most famous AVS's options, the rewards will constantly decrease over time, right? So this means that restaking actually offers a cryptoeconomic incentive for capital to flow down the long tail of restaking, looking for new use cases and new opportunity. But right now, this is impossible because of 3 main reasons. First, because of fragmentation of use cases. Second, because of technical integrations. They're very costly and they're very complicated. And third, because of LRT's inefficiencies. LRTs are one-size-fits-all, and they build on top of the most specific AVSs. Therefore, rewards are getting lower and lower over time. This means that access to restaking is actually stiffened. And this is where we come in. We're building the first restaking aggregation layer to allow everyone to get into restaking. We allow the creation of permissionless vaults with any kind of AVS, any kind of protocol, and across any kind of chain. So anyone can really create their vaults based on the risk profile and deploy them permissionlessly. But is there a market for this? Are people interested? We've been checking. We validated the pain because we have 6 POC clients with 1 billion of asset under management. Second, we've been building extremely fast. Our MVP is currently live on testnet. We have integrated distributed validator technology, and a liquid and native restaking are actually live, and together with their stakers and node operators app. Third, we have an ecosystem that trusts us. We have 7 restaking protocol partners across chains that are trusting us. But how big is the opportunity here? So restaking market has been growing massively. The current market cap is 14 billion, but over time, we're expecting it to grow constantly. In the next year, we're expecting it to double, the year after to double again, and the year after to double again. And this is because restaking is completely taking over staking. And we're building the product to make this possible, because current solutions are unsatisfying. Let me explain you why. LRTs are monolithic platforms, right? They take care of both the infrastructure and the risk management. But this means that they have to be a risk manager experts, and they're not agile entities. So it's actually extremely inefficient. And this is where we come in. We're splitting the infrastructure layer from the risk management layer. So for the first time in restaking, we are allowing for permissionless risk management. So anyone can access restaking and set it as they want. But right now is the right time, and right here, we have the right team to make it possible. I'm the CEO. I previously fundraised 3.5 million. I worked in venture capital. Jonas, my co-founder, he launched his platform, built it entirely, and scaled it to 10,000 users active daily. Our CTO, Alexander, is a Web3 expert and is a software engineer. He previously built a decentralized exchange from scratch, and he published a paper on deterministic systems. And final, our CPO, Benoit, is a software engineer as well, and previously built his own wallet tracker. But here we're missing something, and we're missing you guys. So we'd love you to join us in our adventure. Thank you.
So your customer is the restaking the AVSs themselves, or you integrate with them and then you're letting protocols basically create an AVS across any of them, or?
Or customers can be DAOs, can be RTs themselves, because they can build the vaults and deploy RT through those. Or they can be funds that can risk adjust or yield adjust across multiple AVSs or protocols. So it can very much be anyone. Also, it's very well structured for institutions because we do funds segregation. This means that if a protocol or an institution want to deploy a specific restaking strategy, they don't have to mix the funds with non-KYC money.
Can a given vault restake across multiple different restaking protocols? And how do you manage that if it's cross-chain in terms of where the source deposit comes from? And then let's say you're using Babylon and EigenLayer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yes, you can build a vault cross-chain and cross-protocol. At the moment, we are deploying on EigenLayer and Symbiotic, integrating Solana ecosystem right after, and Babylon as well. And the way we handle is by swapping.
Maybe a spicy question to end it. What would you say to a restaking skeptic that restaking hasn't achieved product market fit yet, and it may or may not be useful to the blockchain industry?
Yes. So I would say that this is one of the biggest, actually, innovation that have been occurred in overall the Ethereum ecosystem, but is getting larger and larger, simply because it solves the cold start problem, right? So when you launch a product that needs security, you need three main things that are very hard to find. That are a token, that are an audience, that are validators. And this is extremely expensive. And the way you solve this is by deploying as an AVS using restaking, right? So it's broadcasting security and is helping the ecosystem getting more secure. And actually, aggregation help decentralization because allow for the capital to flow around all the different AVSs and decrease the risk of centralization of the overall ecosystem.